Hi, so we're back with another match ramble, and today we're talking about my first ever Naito match, which is insane. I just thought I'd start off with this because I really fucking enjoyed this. I watched this last night and then rewatched it this morning because I fell asleep when I was about to make the video like a fool. We're watching today the Naito versus Kenny Omega match in the G1 2017 final. Now, 2017 Kenny is a finger fucking legend, and this is like how insane this era of Kenny is. This is the night after, literally the night and next match after of Kenny's match, the third match, well, fourth match I think with Okada, the best, the G1 match, which was incredible, but Kenny won. So that was like the level, and that was the, like, you know, the hype going into this match, that one of the best matches of all time took place before this. And like I say, I've never seen Naito before. This is my first ever Naito match. I fucking love him. He's hilarious. He's just not arsed. I love him. The thing that got me hyped straight away was, as soon as Kenny, you know, the entrances are cool. Naito's got this swagger where he's kind of nonchalant, but he's smirking, you know, he's cocky. They put that over on commentary. But then Kenny does the, you know, the gun, but he does it right in front of Naito's face, and Naito stays, like, moves in front of it to its center and stares right down it. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking raw. That was like the sickest shit ever. Like, I know everyone loves, like, you know, when AJ does the bang and then Nakamura eats it. But, like, I don't know, I prefer this. I thought that was much more cooler. However, as the match begins, it's very much a mind games match. Very much from the start, like, the double teasing the lockup, and Naito just does, like, this Samoa Joe-esque nope. And I don't know if this is normal for him, but he continues doing it, and he continues going like that, like, to Kenny. You know, winding Kenny up. Kenny's getting more frustrated, and they both do it to each other. And then they eventually do get the lockups. Now, when they're doing this, one thing I've realised throughout this match is the type of wrestler that Naito is, he's very much a counter wrestler. Very much a counter wrestler, and I really enjoyed that. Like, throughout the match, he's, like, countering shit with, like, one-winged angels. Not one-winged angel, fucking hell, imagine. No, he's countering, like, shit like a one-winged angel, or just, like, just top rope suplexes, just with Hurricane Ranas. He's just got such a good, just that versatile range of counters. Very similar to Jay White. And that's what I like about it, because it's very much, he feels like a matador, where, like, he's got this, like, rope, it's red, like, cloth in front of him, like, waving it in front of Kenny, forcing Kenny to be aggravated, and then just, like, going out the way and getting his way. And again, very similar to Jay White. And I really fucking enjoyed that. I didn't expect that from Naito at all. And again, the athleticism here is, so, like, during the match, basically, what happens is, the match is, you know, very much mind games at the start, and very much every time Naito hits, it's more effective, and Kenny gets more and more aggressive. He goes to the outside, and they go to the railings, and they go basically a dive through the table, and they're both on the table. It's like, you know, they're both hurt. Now, this is where the match really takes its favour, where when Kenny goes up to do a pile, look, Naito picks Kenny up off the table, the announce table, well, not the announce table, but, you know, New Japan's version, and he gets it, and he does basically a brainbuster. But it's a nasty, because Kenny's haste just basically hits the fucking barricade instead of the table. Looks like it full on hits it. It's incredible. The way shit hits in this match is very stiff, and I like that a lot. And when it hits, Kenny's in pain, and Naito just looks at the camera. Like, I can't take screenshots on New Japan, but I swear to God, that's the one I wanted to take a screenshot of. That killed me right off. It was just, Naito just gets up and looks at the camera like it's the fucking office. It's hilarious. So Naito, after that point, just basically is dragging Kenny in, but then Kenny somehow manages to get back alive, and then it becomes very much a Kenny Omega, just his athleticism, he controls the match, the pace, and this is where you realise how mythical 2017 Kenny was. I mean, Jesus, the guy just doesn't give a break. The constant press, the constant, like, the aerial ability of Kenny, but just the pure athleticism is just insane. Like, bro, he'll come up, hit you with, like, these nasty, like I said, stiff V-triggers, and he'll clearly fucking hurt, like, Naito, clearly hurt the guy. And then he'll just get up and just, like, go for a fucking another, like, massive sprint. It's like there's no downtime with 2017 Kenny. None. And, like, don't remember, I've seen the Okada matches, obviously. And they're excellent. And this is definitely, you know, a continuation of that Kenny. It's obviously not as good, but it's pretty fucking damn good. The athleticism on display here is really good. And like I say, Naito's very much a counter wrestler, so you're not getting much of Naito in terms of his actual... Naito's not really setting any pace in terms of, like, Naito's not, like, having a run of certain moves, and then Kenny will counter. It's very much Kenny will do some stuff, and then Naito will hit one counter, and then, it's like Kenny's rocked. Like I say, everything that Kenny gets hit with is effective, and I really enjoy that. What I liked is, obviously, early on in the match, when doing the dodges, Naito hits the Tranquilo pose. Obviously, I love that. That's really fucking peak. And just like I say, as the match, the dives from Kenny, there's one dive outside the ring that's just absolutely fucking nuts. Again, there's a fucking brain buster, essentially, a neck breaker from Kenny to Naito. Looks nasty. The chops in this match are pretty fucking good. It's very much a classic the show of athleticism from New Japan, and especially from this era of Kenny. It's really fucking effective. It's really, like, the crowd are so hot. Like, they're so fucking up for it. Like, the crowd are screaming, Naito, Naito, like a fucking non-stop. And, like, when Kenny's, like, Kenny constantly does the V-trigger, pose. And, like, the bang. He goes for the one-winged angel and does get reversed into a Hurricane Rana. A lot of Hurricane Ranas from Naito. He's got an excellent Hurricane Rana counter. And just, in general, like, this is the thing. I went into this match trying to expect, like, this is going to be my experience of Naito. This is how I'm going to, first, truly be exposed to the guy. And it's excellent. It's really good. It's really effective. I don't know if this is usual from Naito, have all these... Because he doesn't seem like an aggressive wrestler, and that's what I mean. Like, compared to someone like a Shibata, for instance. I adore Shibata. Shibata's one of my favourites ever, especially from Japanese wrestling. And Shibata's very much a stiff worker, very much a guy who, will be aggressive, but he doesn't have to control the pace of every match. He'll bring you up to a pace, and then after that point, you're on your own. Naito seems, again, very much like a Jay White, where he's waiting for you to do something, or he'll reverse one of your moves, and then he's instantly in the pocket, and that's what I really enjoy. He doesn't have to do these mad sequences like an Ospreay does, for instance. And again, not a criticism of Ospreay. Ospreay's one of the best ever. But, like, some wrestlers do need a sequence. Kenny's one of those wrestlers. And Naito doesn't need that. Naito just needs the kind of, these elbow strikes, kicks, shit like that. And Naito's very much I'll flip you, basically, with a Hurricane Rana or just a basic suplex. He'll flip you out, and then just, that'll hurt you like fuck. There's something specific about a Naito here. But like I say, Kenny takes a lot of the pace and controls the match. Like I say, there's, like, the match is like half an hour, right? And it feels like the first 5 minutes is the taunt, not even the full 5 minutes. But then once it gets to the table, it feels like Kenny's setting the pace, and it's just Kenny. And not a problem. Kenny's ridiculous. And honestly, it seems like the way to go, because there was no other way you were matching that kind of pace for Naito. And it really does the kickouts are really well worked too. I feel like there is a bit too many kickouts. I feel like they do overdo them. And bear in mind, I've watched Gargano vs. Cole for the page, and I didn't have a problem with it there. I thought that worked a bit more, because it was basically one move bang. It doesn't have that effect here. It doesn't feel like it. For me, it doesn't anyway. And I feel like this is the thing with this match. I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. I just don't think it's of myth. You know what I mean? I feel like the way I've heard and seen this match be described, it's like, oh my god, this is one of the best matches ever. And I respect it, and I can see that. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. It didn't feel like a back and forth. And again, that's fine. I understood that, that, again, Kenny sets the pace. Kenny does all this mad shit. But I kind of like a back and forth of a wrestling. I feel like that's where it doesn't really work for me. Like, compared to a Kenny Okada, for instance, that's very much a back and forth. This isn't. This is very much Kenny will do all this wild shit, the dives, like I say, go for the one-winged angel, but every single thing he goes for, Naito won't give in. And Naito, it's not enough. And that's where Kenny constantly gets aggressive. Like, Kenny's looking at his hands like a madman. And he, doing the, the Terminator, he goes for the one-winged and gets reversed. Shit like that, there's nothing Kenny can do. And, like, it feels like, it feels very New Japan in the sense of he is exploring every finisher option, and none of them are effective. And he keeps building, and then he eventually is forced to go for the one wing, and that doesn't even work. And that's what I really enjoy. Like it's very much a mind games match more than so. Like it feels like they're both technically kind of going for two different matches, and I feel like that's really interesting because they do blend so well. The character work is incredible, especially for a New Japan match. Incredible. Naito's just on some shit at the start. Like Kenny's going for it, and he just spits at Kenny. and it's like, oh fuck, and it's like a spit of pure, like it's a massive spit, and it's like pure disrespect, and it's like, go for it. You aren't like, and it's like, to do that to Kenny is like, that's fucking aura. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I watched that and I said to my friend straight away, like, I've never seen Naito before. Holy fuck. Like, that alone sold me on Naito. Never mind the barrel, just looking down the barrel of the gun. No, fucking spitting at Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega 2017 after the Okada match. Unreal. But I don't fucking know. I really enjoyed this match. I really did. I just think I like a bit more of a back and forth. This is my personal preference. Obviously, it's a masterful match. Mind games wise, from New Japan, it feels like a chess piece match, but then it feels like an experience thing for Kenny, and that's what I really enjoy. It's very much like that Ibushi versus Tana match a while ago, where Tana and Ibushi, it's the G1 final again actually, but with Ibushi controlling the match, and I think Ibushi should have won. I don't think Kenny should have won here, so Kenny doesn't win. Obviously, which is wild. 2017, Kenny didn't win the G1, insane. But Naito hits the bout. I forget what his finish is actually called, but he hits his finisher on Kenny, gets a kick out, then goes for it again and gets the 1-2-3. The crowd erupts, and Naito has won the G1 Climax in 2017. Huge deal. And Naito's just aura farming it. Like, I don't think he's needing to, but he's so, like, again, this is my first experience of the guy. He just doesn't give a shit. That's what I love about him. I think it's hilarious. But I love that Kenny didn't win. It feels like, compared to that to Ibushi match, for instance, with Tana, it feels like Ibushi, that was the moment. This doesn't feel like, this feels like we've got to build this, because they're showing Kenny's aggression and showing Kenny's lack of composure, for lack of a better term, where he's so aggressive with it. Every single move he's hitting, he's wanting the finish, and he's going for it, and the kickouts from Naito are excellent. Kickouts from Kenny too are great, but the kickouts from Naito are excellent. And again, Naito's the hero here, very much. Kenny's the heel, obviously, like, just, Gaijin. But I really think this was a really well-worked match. Do I think it's one of the best matches ever? No, I don't. I feel like I can respect it for that. I can acknowledge that it probably is, but for me, it's not. But it's excellent. A first experience for Naito, unbelievable. The character work, the wrestling. I want to see more of Naito. So if anyone's got any more Naito recommendations, definitely. I know my buddy Rain Trigger actually does a post. Check him out. I'll shout him out here. He does these posts where he basically recommends matches. So we'll go through the Naito matches on there, maybe. But either way, this match was excellent. It really was. Is it completely designed for my tastes? No, it's not. But I love it. I love the G1. I love the G1. I love how this version of Kenny is. I just think there's no back and forth with it for me. There should be a bit more back and forth, but again, it's not designed to be. It's designed for the story and, the point it's trying to, get across for Kenny Omega to not be ready yet. And then I kind of like this, even watching this back, and man, this is how many years old now. And it makes me go, I want to see what happens next with this Kenny. Even though I know, it makes you want to see. And that's what I really like. I think that's excellently worked. I think it's an excellent match for that aspect. I think everything it sets out to do, it's excellent. It's just something it doesn't set out to do is be a back and forth. And that's fine. It's just, again, I wanted to put that out. But either way, for a first experience of Naito, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. What a wrestler. And 2017 Kenny, I'm not putting that over enough, is a god. Like, literally, Don Callis calls him the god of pro wrestling here. And, man, I don't think he should be called that. But this version of Kenny, it's mythical. Absolute mythical. Definitely the best he's ever been. Jesus Christ. Incredible match. If you've not watched it, I highly recommend. This is a classic. Definitely. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Naito versus Kenny Omega in the G1 Climax final for 2017. Let me know other matches you'd like me to see ramble. Even Naito matches again, Rain Trigger, we'll check out his post. But also, yeah, any other matches in general you would like me to cover, let me know, because I enjoy this.